Sheesh, I got so much background noise. It's storming outside. The AC's on in my house. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. No. There we go. Yeah. How do you do, Hibbit Brides? My name is Skills2004, and welcome back to episode 2 of building the Battle of the Past in Lego, of course. So as you can see here in this little scene itself, practically it's almost done. I already got some vegetation placed down. You can see a couple of troops there. Of course, I've started, detailing the snow and the grass and whatnot. As you can tell down there, how I have, a different assortment of colors, dark, reddish brown, white, olive green, dark green, and light green. A different assortment of colors because, as I entitled in one of the first episodes, that this was going to be like a mixture of late winter, early spring, so a lot of the grass is going... Well, not grass, sorry. A lot of the snow is going to be melting and giving the grass kind of that, starting to give it its new look. In some places more than others are going to look, better, I guess you can say. But I'm going to focus, sorry about that. I'm going to focus on one part here and kind of show you the details around and what's happening with the mock and, explaining my thought process. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so this is one of the first places that I wanted to explain, because right now obviously it's not finished, therefore I can't really explain it that much, so it'd probably better off if I would to explain it now. So the first bit here is, obviously you can see the different types of coloration when it comes to the snow. What I was trying to do here is at first I kind of just, set the 2x1s, kind of in a footprint pattern, because as I mentioned before, this trench is going to be overrun while that trench is still holding up, a strong amount of resistance. So obviously I'll have the footprints kind of going up into the trenches. So obviously since the snow is melting, it's mush right now, so it's gonna become muddy rather than, oh look at the grass, so pretty. No, it's so what I did is I've kind of laid out a couple of reddish brown pieces, or just brown in general, and laid out the 2x1 until I realized I'm kind of running. It's not the fact that I'm running low on the pieces, it's more the fact it's gonna look unnatural if all I have there is 2x1s with a lot of the footprint marks and whatnot. So I kind of decided, hey, let's just kind of go with the flow, see what works, see what looks good, and if it doesn't, you can always change it up or add on to it to make it look better. So what I did is I took away a lot of these pieces here and kind of just left that open. I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet, if I want to cover it back up or kind of build off of it and whatnot. So I'll just have, that open for now. As you can see here, obviously you can kind of see some footprints already that kind of going in. And you can, as you saw earlier, you can see a couple of German soldiers there. And see one guy over here. That's kind of just to see if it'll actually work. If I could put German soldiers shooting over him. Because I realized 4 tall is a bit too much. So I'd have to, put one of these guys like that, kind of, shooting in between, the bricks, like that, which kind of helps. I'm not really sure. He's kind of bending back. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of a mix of things, but, and, doing this stuff, to me, well, I really enjoy it, but it's like a balancing act. You gotta see it. It's also the process of elimination, seeing what works and what doesn't. Either, like I said earlier, build off of it or just take it apart and retry it. Obviously, I'm gonna attempt not to take it apart and retry it, but as I mentioned here, I did. I took away the bricks and whatnot. And then I'm gonna explain this guy. I was dabbling with a couple, see, like minifigure techniques and whatnot, and I came across one that I really liked. You know, it kind of simulates this guy shooting. He's grabbing onto the Thompson magazine, and you know, it looks pretty good. You know, he's kind of like, you know, holding it, like hip firing it. The thing is, his arm isn't actually attached onto him. It's just, you know, on, it's where the arm would usually be. And, you know, it's a Thompson minifigure. Well, not really, it's an MP40. But for the sake of this mock, those are just gonna be Thompson, you know. They're gonna be for a Thompson. But as I mentioned, his arm's not on, and I really like this one. So, like I said, I was just dabbling with like things like this and whatnot, what he's doing. I don't know if you can really tell right now, but a little bit of the paint, you know, is coming off. But it's not going to be that noticeable when it comes to the mock. So, there's one little thing I wanted to explain. Of course, you're going to see like up here, you can see the sandbags. Obviously, I don't have sandbags on here because I was kind of going for the impression like the sandbags are in front of these, so if it was on top, they probably can shoot through the loose dirt. So the sandbags are down here, therefore if they try to shoot through the loose dirt, they're just going to hit the sandbags. Not sure if I'll show you the inside of the trench just yet, and like I said, because we're almost done with this, I might explain it in a different video, but you can kind of see what's going on in the background. Well, let's go to the other side. Alright, now explaining this side of the trench. As you can see here, I got a prototype of what I want a crater to look like. I was thinking maybe 6 cross might be better, but I kind of like the concept of, you know, smaller craters, because obviously that's the only thing here is going to be the Pak 40, and the Pak 40 is not going to shoot this close, obviously, because the elevation angle doesn't go that far down. I was planning the crater to be on the other side, but until I buy a new base plate or a couple more, we can't really do that. So here, there's nothing much going on over here other than the trench. This trench is slightly more detailed in some ways, more than the other. I haven't started on the grass pieces, like I haven't started on the little terrain area over here. But, you know, I kind of got an MG nest, and I'll explain everything, like I said, in a further episode, because we're almost done with this side. So now I'm going to explain the looks and whatnot of what's going on. Alright, so kind of explaining what's going on with the mountain there. I kind of have the loadout, you know, kind of the general, you know, idea and shape of what I want. Obviously here, since I ran out of pieces, I had to improvise with a couple pieces that obviously don't look mountain-esque, you could call it. But, you know, the idea was, you know, they were building the trenches. You can see a couple of those brown blocks in there. The idea with that is they were building the trenches and they kind of just threw up the dirt. Next day it rained and the mud kind of just set into the rock. I'm not sure if that's actually how it works. At the same time, me, don't really care. I hate science. Starting to go around, like I said, I ran out of pieces. So as you can see, kind of over there, it's kind of, you know, leveling out. Well, not leveling out, but it's kind of, you know, going into that turn. That's as wide as I want the bricks. Not really. I was thinking probably something, you know, along the lines of either that or smaller. But that's just the general shape. Because, like I said, I'm out of bricks right now, and until I order more, that's probably going to how it stay. It's probably going to how it stays. Then you can see in the top, it kind of, you know, gradually, or at some points just sharply, it kind of just turns into what's going to be the little, the pack nest there. And if I had the resources, the time, and the money, you know, to make this mug larger, there would probably be more going that way, so obviously more mountain, more pack nests and whatnot. But as I said, I've run into a couple of issues, So, well, I'm gonna make the MOC the original size that I wanted, but in terms of if I had time and money, I would probably extend it a lot more than it already is right now. As I mentioned in the last video, I had a couple, like, shell impacts, small arms and whatnot. I'm not gonna explain that. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. Go ahead and check that out for the last episode or the first episode of this MOC. But I just want to explain how, like I said, it was going to be 4 tall from the bottom, so you can see the support brick, and that, which leads me into the thing I was wanting to mention earlier, how I was going to kind of go for an open fill-up brick. So anyone that also potentially might want to do this type of stuff, kind of show you how I fill up my brick, how I save like, random pieces that I don't need and or want. So therefore leading me for if I have to do more elevation stuff, which obviously I will, I'll have more pieces rather than if I fill everything in, I'm going to be low on pieces. The platform that's behind the bunker and the bunker itself is literally just a couple of, like, flimsy bricks. And I say flimsy, but in reality, that's not going anywhere. You can see also, by the road down there, how the pieces kind of, vary from, like, spacing and whatnot. I try to keep the spacing when it comes to, certain parts, the same, but sometimes you can't do that. Therefore, you have to improvise, such as I did here. Kind of just, improvise. I mean, I didn't really improvise. That was kind of my main idea, as I said earlier. Save pieces, save time, and whatnot. So as I, said with when it comes to the platform behind the bunker, flimsy bricks, I was just joking. What? You want to see flimsy bricks? What the pack platform is on right now? Those are flimsy bricks. Like, look, I can physically bend them. Those on the bottom don't bend. Those are pretty sturdy. But as I mentioned, I kind of an open concept, kind of showing you guys right now how if you want to make like high elevations and whatnot, you can see how I did it. Therefore, taking my ideas and tips, kind of implementing into yours. And that's the great thing about Lego. It's a thing where you build off of others, kind of like helping each other out. And if anyone's thinking about it, I'd recommend you do. And sometimes, it could get costly. You have to put things on hold, as I'm doing now. Well, I'm not really doing it, like putting it on hold, but soon here I'm gonna have to put things on hold because, I'm gonna get a job. So I won't have as much time as I have doing this stuff. But I practically did this all in 1 week. So I think it's pretty impressive. If you like it, how it looks so far, just leave a comment. It'd be appreciative. Yeah, let's wrap things up. Alright guys, so that's about gonna wrap things up. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, hypnotize that like and subscribe button. I like a new addition to the Hypnobrand. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you'd like, at Skills2004. Always optional, I'm not gonna force you guys. It's up to you. But yeah, my name is Skills2004, and I'll see you guys next time. Dude, my stomach has been growling all day. Most likely because I probably haven't eaten anything. That makes sense.